Hi, my name is Tim. I'm from the Mustang Owners Club, and I'm running this club together with the founder, Mustang Klaus. Today I'm here to check out what the motor chain is offering, because I met Julio, I think in 2019 at the Zurich,
2019, yes.
at the Zurich, how's it called?
So the classic
So
award.
Classic Car Award,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And I'm following the motor chain since then, and I'm quite interested how it's going on now, because I saw your life. And could you tell me a little bit more about it? Because not only I own an old car that has a lot of data, a lot of documents,
Yes,
but also I think a lot of our other guys and followers have tons of documents for their cars. And you have a solution to digitize that. Huh?
Exactly. Here, the motor chain is a platform to empower the classic car community, and the idea is to first give it to the owners, so they can actually take everything, all the memorabilia, all the papers, basically the history of the vehicles. They can actually have it in our platform. Yeah. And but motor chain is a little bit more, because you can actually open the documentation of your car to garage, to historians. So all together, they participate in the history of the car.
Right. So you have also an active transaction between the garage and yourself. If you're doing something to the car, that would be automatically or not automatically in your documents.
Basically, it's the owner has the power to give access to whoever they want. You can actually open your documentation, so someone can see the documentation of your car because you are selling it, for example. Okay, but you can open the documentation to a service provider, let's say a garage, a workshop. So when they do a service, they can actually document the restoration or whatever they do. And then, because we use blockchain technology, this record, this entry remains immutable and undisputable, because nobody can basically dispute that this restorer or this service actually did the job, and that stays in the history of your car.
So if it's blockchain technology, it's not only that you have stored your documents, but you can also, if you sell the car, you can also sell the documents and the entire history with the car.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
Yeah. Basically, the interesting thing is that the car, when you create the car in the platform, it becomes an asset. It becomes something which obviously is digital, but it's actually a tangible asset.
Yeah.
And the idea is that, unfortunately, we care of the car in our life, but the car will move to another owner. This is life, right? And we are just look after the cars while we can. But the cars and the documentation will stay in the platform forever. And basically, when you sell the car or the car moves to the next owner, everything, the car as an asset, plus all the documentation, all the history of the car, moves to the next owner.
That's a big value add.
Yeah, and this then.
Cool. That's a cool idea. So can we have a look at it?
Yes, because I heard that you have. You told me.
Yes.
You have a nice classic car, and I say, okay.
Yes, I have an old classic car. Okay. It's a 66. Basically, it's built in 65, but it's a 66 Trans-Am race car.
Wow.
And it attended 2 races in 66. The Sebring Governors Cup. This was the #1 race ever, the first race ever, the Trans-Am Championship, or Trans-American Championship then. And the 4th race in Virginia, the Virginia 400. So not a lot of documentation, because the owner, he stopped racing the car end of 66 and sold it to a person who rebuilt the car to a street legal car.
Okay.
So that's a funny story. Yeah. So when I bought the car, I wasn't aware of the history.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I bought it from a director of the Mustang Club of America.
Okay.
And he didn't know either. So that was a funny story.
And how did you
So
discover that?
when I restored the car, I found marks under the paint, and then I started checking if there's a car that would fit to this. And 2 years later, I found the driver and the crew chief of this car, still alive, still racing. Then, not today, but then. And they helped me out. So they even provided some pictures from the car, and they helped me to restore it to the 1966 specs, race specs.
This is fantastic.
So this is basically the story in short.
Actually, the race cars are the best documented cars because they race. There were always photographers and press and TV.
That's true.
And it's easier to find actually documentation of those cars. So actually,
that's perfect.
You're fortunate.
So in my documentation, you have everything from the beginning of the notchback, racing, basically Group 2 cars, touring cars. You have everything what was changed. We have here, this is what I was talking about. This is from Ed Diamond. This is where he says, this will be interesting for me. This is original picture from one of the local SCCA races from the car. And Ed Diamond, as you see, is the racer. And he sent that to me. And he also helped me to restore the car, as I said, to the original specs of 66.
To the second race, no?
Exactly. This was the first race. It was March 25.
Okay. So this is something.
This was basically, this is one of the pictures from that race. You see the car, you see it was close to stock then.
Yeah.
Later it's a little bit strange exhaust. Honestly, I have no idea what that is. But it looks very strange. Maybe this is the reason the engine blew up. However, this was then the fourth race. He was there in July 30, 31.
So it was a
hot summer. Again there, exactly. It was a hot summer. So here we see the car. Here he was strongly modified. Now the front was white and lowered. It was lowered. There's other rims and tires, and as you see, we have just little pictures from this car. And luckily, Ed Diamond and his crew chief Brian Fellon were helping me to get this car, to restore the car back to this.
The recall how it was done.
Exactly. So we have the Trans-Am box scores where you see which
the position and
which happened and so on. So you see, for example, here is what I was talking about. The original magazine where the car was on front.
Yeah, very important to record actually.
Exactly.
If the car was featured in a magazine. Yeah,
exactly.
It's keeping the fun exhaust.
Yeah, the fun exhaust, and maybe we have to change that so that everyone can see it better. So you see, and the thing is, if you go today and you have to go to the FIA and make a pass for the car pass, historic, you have to know what stickers are on the car, because if the stickers are not right, you have to remove it.
Okay.
Otherwise you don't get the pass. So you have a lot of information you will need
to raise a car these days, basically.
To raise it as long as it should be original. Much more.
So what are the plans for racing next year?
Yeah, hopefully I have now I have planned at least to go to Hockenheim.
Nice.
This is usually the first race in the season, the Jim Clark Festival.
Oh, okay.
And I also booked Spa because I love Spa. That's my favorite racetrack.
I agree with that.
So, but that's it for now, because as long as we have COVID, you have no idea if the races will take place. So last year the entire season was cancelled. This year, 2020, entire season was cancelled from my race team. Yeah. So.
Well, let's hope next year.
Exactly.
We can go and enjoy your race, Tim.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.